Is it working?
Hopefully we can hear our audio.
Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, we sorted it out. Give me a second while I organize my phone. Because I'm in the middle of, I'm in Costa Rica. So, I'm outside.
You're still there? Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, at this rate, I can't get home. So I'm stuck.
No way.
It's not the worst place to be stuck.
Well, I'm a little panicky because I don't know Spanish. And I've never really traveled by myself before. So, like, I've traveled by myself, but I just haven't, like, backpacked across a country with no connections, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're really happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know.
It's been in the back of my mind for a while. I just did.
Yeah, he's mentioned having you on for quite a bit. So for the listeners...
Should we do an actual intro?
Okay, yeah, let's do an actual intro.
I've never done a podcast before, so I don't know how all of this works.
It's pretty much that. So we could just keep all that because it's great, but...
Yeah. So we'll officially start so our listeners are, get their usual little ditty. Okay.
Welcome back to the Fruity Cats. Dave Unscripted.
And Ashley Freeman. And today, where are my notes so I get your last name right? Stephanie McManus, is that right?
McManus?
Oh, McManus. The N is silent. That makes sense.
There is no N. It's just McManus. McManus.
Oh. I don't know where I got that spelling from.
She transcribed it incorrectly.
I didn't know. I stared at it multiple times. Like, why is there an N?
Okay, got it.
Oh, I think it was the contact in your phone. Maybe you just had like a mistype in your phone.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie is a coach, and it's you coach people for like self-acceptance and body acceptance and food freedom and things like that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's part of my coaching. So I have two roles within my coaching. So body acceptance and food freedom. And then I also am a women's sexual empowerment coach where I have women break through. Yeah, so I have women break through barriers in the bedroom. And inside of breaking barriers of intimacy and sex, they then get to break through barriers in the rest of their life. So that's the other half of what I do. Yeah.
What a cool job. I bet you that is incredibly satisfying, like just.
That's the word.
That was not the word I was trying to go for. It just kind of happened. Incredibly, whatever. What word? I don't know.
Climactic.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to make it sexy.
So you're in Costa Rica.
Yeah. What got you out there?
So many people ask me this question and my answer is so silly. One of my friends was like to me, I'm going to Costa Rica. This is what I'm doing. This is when I'm going. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could come with you. And he's like, well, why don't you? And I was like, oh no, I can't go because I don't really have the money. And he's like, well, figure it out. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I was like, right. I rang him back the next day and I was like, look, I've got 1,300 pounds. I want to go to Costa Rica. I can make it work, but it's going to be really, really tight. And he was like, done, deal. So I'm in Costa Rica.
Perfect.
That's my dream next place to go. I've been dreaming about Costa Rica since before COVID, just wanting to get out there so bad. So
yeah, so many people rave about this place. And to be honest, I did not, I knew Costa Rica was a country, but I had no thought or ambition or anything to come here. And my friend just asked me, and I was like, you know what? I love traveling. I do travel to some random places. And I was like, you know what? I'll go to Costa Rica. I land here and I'm like, it's not really that random. Everybody loves Costa Rica. Everybody wants to be here. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
So Dave and you know each other.
Yeah, from Posse Fest.
Posse Fest, which is how would you describe Posse Fest? Like, what is it?
Well, it was supposed to be it was originally like a physical festival, and then COVID happened. So then it became like a Facebook group, basically.
To do what?
Well, like, basically promote positivity, fun community kind of thing online.
Which seems right up your alley, Stephanie.
No, definitely. Shalavi, who runs the project, God bless her heart, I love her to bits. She's all about basically bringing fun and color and magic to everyone. And it's definitely down the realm of like acceptance of oneself and giving yourself the freedom to be yourself, whatever that is, and to share what's really going on for you. So it's also a very authentic and vulnerable space to be a part of as well.
So I want to hear about your book and the documentary, because even though I sent you pictures to be participating in it, I don't honestly know a ton about it and like where it's at now. So I want to hear all the things about that.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Body Freedom International, the love of my life. So it has changed so much since we spoke, Ashley, and same with you, Dave. So originally it was in the realm of like creating a documentary and creating a nude photo art book, promoting normalizing all bodies and creating this neutral space for nudity. Creating a space that anybody is beautiful. Like not anybody, but like anybody, like everybody is beautiful, and to break the shackles of perfection. But and since the start of creating Body Freedom International, it's transformed so much. So we're in the process of creating a magazine.
Oh, get out of there.
Yeah, and this magazine will start off being a quarterly magazine, and what it is it's a resource for people to have, so that they get tools, they get to be educated and get tools for themselves on how to be naked in their own skin.
Whoa,
and
that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's going to have input from researchers, so there's going to be like evidence-based practice in there.
Perfect.
There's also going to be stuff there from coaches like myself, where I get to, give some free value from my unique methodology inside of body acceptance and food freedom. And there's also going to be like therapists and counselors and like a whole range of professionals that are going to input their own wee columns into this magazine, as well as also be a space for nude art for people to actually share their stories inside of nudity and body acceptance, and then also have a little bit of like an artsy tone to it as well, because I want it to be, Body Freedom International magazine is going to be like an elegant magazine that people can have on their coffee table, like something that when you walk into a cafe, you can actually read it. So it's going to be tasteful, a little artsy, a little fun, but it's also going to be educational and informational. And then also what we're up to is we've just collaborated with H&E Naturist, which is the oldest and largest naturist magazine in the world, I'm pretty sure, but it definitely is, and I'm pretty sure it is for the Northern Hemisphere anyway. It's been going since 1902.
Oh my God.
And so it's an incredible magazine. And what Body Freedom International is committed to doing inside of the H&E Naturist world is transforming the context of naturism and bringing a mental health component to nudity. So not only is it a lifestyle magazine where people get to share their stories of being naked, of being a naturist outdoors in a lifestyle manner and traveling, they also get to now have a component of how nudity has supported their mental health and how they've used nudity as an internal transformation tool. So that's what we're up to. Inside of the photos that we got given for our pilot study, we're still going to create something with that. It's just a little bit on the back burner, but it's still brewing. It's still there. Something will definitely be happening with them.
Nice. What did you want to say?
I was going to mention, I don't think I've heard the term naturist, but is that is there a specific definition for that? Or?
Yeah, I love that this is coming up because I never labeled myself as a nudist or a naturist. And so my Body Freedom's ideal client don't don't actually know these labels. So it's great that you asked the question. So a naturist is someone who's naked in nature. So, there's naturist groups where you can go on hikes together and you're naked, or you can go to like nude beaches together. There's nude resorts, nude retreats. There's a resort. Oh crap, I can't think of where it is. It's somewhere in England. I should know it because I'm actually attending it. But there's a nude garden resort, and they've actually asked me to speak at this resort. So another part of Body Freedom International is I'm going to be traveling the world. It'll start with the UK for start-offs before we go international, and I'm going to be standing on stage naked promoting body confidence to like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I know. Yeah.
Breaking barriers. Jeez.
Yeah, definitely. And so there's that, and then also there's festivals. So there's a festival happening in August called NKD, and it's 4 days, 3 nights, and you're at a festival just like any other festival, and you're naked. So there's like a water theme park, there's music, there's everything.
What? That's
cool. And I'm going to be leading the young naturist group for that festival. So
it's become a whole other thing. I feel like when we talked, it was, your goal was just about really surrounding mental health and wellness and really getting people to love themselves and their bodies. And it's just like grown into this bigger, wilder thing, which is exciting.
Sounds like a
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's incredible the way it's evolving, and it's taken a lot for me to be able to just go with the flow and just let things evolve as they evolve. And people are still surprised that I still deal with being naked. Like, it takes something for me to be naked.
It's a lot of
sometimes, right?
Social training you have to undo.
Yeah, that's a long held one. Very clothing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a long tradition.
Yeah, exactly. So
a long held tradition wearing clothes. Oh gosh, I haven't even really gone there with myself. I mean, I feel like that's a long, intentional, thoughtful process to like become really free in your body in that kind of a way. That's a lot of work.
It is. It is a lot of work, and it is a journey. And part of the Body Freedom International ethos is that it's a journey of body freedom, and it's not a journey to body freedom, because body freedom isn't a place to get to. Like, it's something that you're going to continually grow and develop yourself in, like, your whole life, whatever that looks like. Like, for me, I've been on TV naked, right? National TV, not international, but national TV naked. And people are like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? And then the next day I'm writing a post to my Body Freedom Warriors saying, hey, look, I just went to the beach and I didn't have any swimming togs with me. And so I took my top off and I went into the beach with my bra. And that was a huge deal for me. Like, it took more for me to go for a swim in my bra and have my midriff showing than it did to hop on national TV naked.
Interesting.
So,
I'm curious as to why that would be.
Well, the expectation is there. Everybody knows you're showing up naked.
Yeah, that's it. And also on national TV, like, I'm not showing up for me, I'm showing up for body freedom. So that commitment of showing up inside of Body Freedom International, I could be naked anywhere with anyone because it's not about me.
You're playing the role.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, whereas when I'm on the beach with my best friend's family, and I'm about to take my top off, all of that past conditioning that you were talking about actually comes up right there for me. Like, I've got a history of anorexia. I've got a history of like binge eating. I've got a history of very strong body dysmorphic values.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And for me to show my midriff, I couldn't even do it when I was bodybuilding, when I had the 6-pack, because I still thought I was fat. Right? fat being a very subjective term because you can be fat at any size, but I felt so fat at that time. And that thought pops up, like if I couldn't take my top off then, I definitely can't do it now because I'm bigger now. You know, just this whole fat phobic past conditioning of societal norms is just right there for me when it's got anything to do with me.
Yeah, you were at the beach for you with your people. That makes so much sense that it would be triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny with nudity. I just applying it to myself and thinking about how I feel about my own body. I feel really comfortable if I'm completely butt naked. But sometimes when I'm just showing a part of me, like say I have a pair of pants on and just my bra, then I'm like, oh, I feel really odd because there's just a lot of attention maybe in one spot. But, there's so many different ways to show up in your own body, and all the ways that can make you feel it can be complicated.
I remember when we went to Martinique together with Jesse, we felt a little bit more free there. So we would be using our underwear for swimming.
Bottom. Yeah.
But I wouldn't feel quite as comfortable doing that here,
Yeah.
Just at a local beach.
Well, yeah, that probably speaks to societal expectations as well. In Martinique, it's a very open place as far as nudity goes. Women are there topless and children are completely naked. And, there's a different level of expectation.
Yeah. And I feel like it feels even more inhibiting as a guy because it's then it becomes creepy,
Mm-hmm.
So it's what is that creep doing over in there in the tidy whities,
And that's another social weird thing too. Guys' nudity is creepy, but a woman's nudity is just a sexy, just period, just because you're a woman, it's expected. What were you gonna say?
I'm just thinking about from the movie Superbad when he's basically making the point, why can't it my balls be a display like boobs?
ball cleavage.
Why is that offensive but this isn't?
Yeah. But it's interesting you bring that point up because a woman's body is sexualized.
Yeah.
So if I'm to flaunt some people would say me being naked is flaunting my body.
Right.
Is it? I'm just not wearing clothes.
Right.
Why is it sexualized?
Right. So the goal of it being that neutral space when you talk about your magazine, I love that idea of naked bodies, or they're just bodies without clothing, and bodies don't become sexual until they choose to enter that space. Otherwise, it should just be neutral.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And, that's the part of the, this whole sexual nature, collapsing nudity and sexualism together. That's part of the stigma. That's part of the pain and the hardship about being naked. If I'm naked right now, it's flaunting, it's leading people on, it's attention seeking, it's all of this. And it's well, is it? I'm just naked. Yesterday I went to the beach, right? Yeah. And I'm with my friends. And usually I'd be oh, I'll get naked if you get naked. And they're yeah, but we're not allowed to be naked here. And I was okay, I got that. I looked to the left, looked to the right. There was no one there. I was you know what? I'm just going to go naked. And the worst thing they're going to do is just tell me to get out. Well, they probably wouldn't tell me to get out because I would be super naked. But the worst thing they'll do is just tell me to put clothes on, right?
I feel even more me to get arrested, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
you reckon?
Huh? I think
you reckon that you would be more likely to get arrested than a female?
38-year-old man, yes. Just naked in some random pond. There's kids over there, you pervert. I don't know.
Interesting. I get that. And that's a whole nother topic about the issues that men have in society. Yeah. With nudity and being around kids and stuff. That's a whole different topic.
It totally is, yeah. I found something really sad, David. It's completely off topic.
Okay.
We found the reason we can't hear you on the headphone.
The bunny ate through the wires. That's why we're having problems.
So sad.
I see.
It's the cheaper wire, though. It's the connector wire.
Oh, good.
So this still works.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to ban the bunny, though. Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
You want to see the bunny?
Yes.
Let's show our little buddy.
bunnies.
He's our little mascot for the show. We love him. So I'm always I'm a wicked fidgeter. I'm over here like trying not to bounce around. So instead I'm feeling the wires to keep my hands occupied. And then
I'm a fidgeter too.
I found it. Oh, I had a story that I wanted to share about nudity. Oh, I can hear people in the background over there.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear the ocean too?
No.
Can I flick my camera so you can see what's behind me?
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, I want to be there.
This is where I am right now. And I see the bunny.
Yeah, let me give you a better look.
Oh, the bunny's huge. I love it.
It's like half
I want a bunny.
New Zealand, half Rex.
Yeah, he's a goodie.
Half New Zealand? What does that mean?
New Zealand what? What was the full name?
I don't know. New Zealand rabbit. That's just what
Yeah,
it's
it was
called.
New Zealand something. I forget the full name.
Nice. Is it from New Zealand or something?
Yeah, I think so. They're relatively large breeds.
He's huge. Yeah.
He's still young. He's like, I don't know, what, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? I don't know how old he is.
I don't know. But yeah, they get like 2 feet long.
Wow. And he's house trained?
Yeah, he basically goes in the corner. I have a little setup for him, but apparently he eats wires, so...
You gotta get all the wires off the floor of this house.
Yeah, he destroys some of my lighting and apparently some of my sound problems, so...
Are you a little fleshy? Oh, so I want to know what you think about this, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
My smart little cookie daughter. So she's getting dressed for school. My daughter's 11. She's getting dressed for school and she's, getting into fashion and she's curating her little outfit. And so she rolls up her outfit to show a little bit of her midriff. And she's like, am I too young to do this? Like, how old do I have to be to show my belly?
Ad too.
And I was like, I don't know. Like you at least shouldn't do it until you get your period. And then she's like, but isn't that worse? It's like, because then I'm like of breeding age. She goes, and then I'll be more like sexually attractive to the public. It's like, at least now I'm not
But she's
attractive.
misleading the public.
She's misleading the public. And so, and she had a lot of other good points. She's like, so why is it unacceptable? Why is it not, appropriate and whatever else? So it was an interesting little conversation and it was cute. It was nice to hear her perception about how she viewed it all.
So what's the question?
I want to know what she thinks about young children showing their bodies.
Yeah, can you just give me a moment so I can clear the room for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Get out of here. I don't care if it's a public place.
She's like,
Let me read your lips. Can I read your lips?
Okay, we're back. Okay, so my thoughts about that is it's about really getting clear on the why. Why does she want to show her midriff? Like, it's only a problem when you start collapsing that with being sexual.
yeah.
That's why it's banned. You can't show your stomach because it's provocative, because you're flaunting, because you're this, because you're that. Is she actually? Or does she just want to wear a top that she really likes and it just happens to have a midriff showing?
Yeah.
And then if people are going to have her opinions, they're going to have their opinions. Now, putting her in a situation where she's going to be at risk of being discriminated or judged, like as a parent, you don't want her to be put in that vulnerable situation. But at the same time, no matter what, she's already born into the societal norm. It's just creating a space for her to be able to be self-expressed, but actually be present to why she wants to choose to take those actions.
Yeah. And
That's a good answer.
That is a very good answer. And that's pretty much where we stand about it. It's, why do you want to do it? And I said, I asked her, do you feel comfortable showing your midriff that much when you're, at school? She's like, oh, no, I would never want to show this much at school. I would show this much. And she made a really specific amount that was just like, it made the outfit cuter the way that she wanted it, but it wasn't overt, and I'm like, I support that decision. Go for it.
Just looks like the shirt's too small.
Yeah. It was adorable.
Yeah. And it's so awesome that you get to create a space for her to discover her own self-expression. Like there's so many people in this world that are constrained and they don't have that opportunity because societal norms, societal values just rule their worlds. Like I'm one of those people. I was so constrained and that's what led me into the world of anorexia, right? Because I wanted control in my life. I didn't think I was beautiful. Like I thought I was ugly, not only aesthetically, but also internally. I didn't think I had a personality that anybody would want, anybody would like. So I was like, you know what? In order to be liked, in order to be accepted, the one thing I can change is the way I look.
Wow.
And so I nearly killed myself doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so strong. And I just acknowledge both of you for creating a space for your daughter to really discover her own self-expression for herself. It's very special.
It's so important.
Yeah, and
I feel like you even fight against the people in your life too, you know, whether it be family or their friends or their friends' families, you know, and there's always other voices all around.
Everyone's got an opinion.
Everyone has an opinion. A lot of people aren't afraid to share it. So I feel like helping them think for themselves really is my goal. I want her to think about what she's doing and why. And that's why she comes to me. She's like, so what do you think, Mom? I'm like, well, think for yourself.
Yeah. No, that's so great because so often we just keep getting told what to do and it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So that ability to be able to think for yourself and also have access to asking for help or being like, you know what, like, what is your opinion? And being able to factor other people's opinions into the equation as well is a beautiful way to live. That's team and teamwork, and you can't get anywhere without team. And that's family as well, you know. It's interesting about family, right, in this whole like nudist world, right? People assume that I would get a lot of like backlash or a lot of like judgment about the way I'm promoting nudity, the way that I promote my body, right? Because like I've been naked online, but I haven't received any bad comments. And that is all.
Yeah, I think we all assume that things are just going to go badly. Like people think the same thing about me with polyamory. Like, oh, women must be really mean to you because you have two partners. I'm like, no, I've literally not had one bad interaction with anyone who finds out. They're always like, oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Tell me more, you know?
That's definitely my reaction. I think Dave and I have had a couple of conversations about it. I find it so intriguing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not surprised that you would get that same response of like, oh, what do people say to you? They must be so.
Yeah, people are just interested in that stuff, unless they're just mean.
Yeah.
But it's also the way you're listening to it, right? Like, I have a purpose, right? And as I said before, like, this is bigger than myself. So I know what I'm committed to. I'm committed to having every single individual on this planet be in love and liberated by who they are and the skin that they're in. Today, tomorrow, right? This is a generational change, right? Because as you know, Ashley, like you were talking before, like you have an impact on your daughter. So if parents get to change the way that they are and get to acknowledge like the fat phobia that's automatically ingrained in them, that makes an impact on their kids, which makes an impact on their kids, right?
Yeah.
And because of who I'm being about it, I'm being, some would say, insignificant. Like I'm just saying nudity, like I would say the sky is blue. Right? There's no emotion behind it. People actually have no space to query it.
Yeah, exactly.
And because I'm not questioning it.
Right.
It's it's a fact for me. This is what I do and that's that. And if they do have an opinion about it that is negative or whatever, because of the way I'm being about it, I don't actually have a listening for it.
Yeah.
So they say what they say and it actually just brushes over me like a wave. I don't make it mean anything about me because that's the thing about negative comments. We start indulging in those words, right? They're just words and we start making it mean stuff about us like, oh, I'm not worth it. I'm not good enough. Oh, they don't like me.
Right.
They don't think body freedom's going to work. Oh, they think my body's ugly, but that's not it. They just have an opinion and it doesn't mean anything. But that's because I'm so grounded in what I'm committed to. And it's the same with everything in life. When you're really grounded to who you are as an individual, People can dump you. People could fire you.
Yeah.
People can say no to you, right? And people fear no all the time. You can fail, and it's just a what so. It's just fact. Like, yes, there's an impact. You may be upset, but then you can move on from it. But it's all about being grounded in your commitment and who you are. And so there is no space for that negativity.
Sweet. I think that's a good note to end on.
Yeah, that is perfect. That is so beautiful.
So thanks for joining. Is there what do you want to promote or let people know? Like, do you want people to plug into the Body Freedom or your coaching, any of that?
Yeah, so what I'd like to promote is to join our Facebook group, Body Freedom International. It's a safe environment for people to share their own body freedom journey and to hear other people's stories. And it's a relatable space. Like, no accomplishment is ever too small. Everything is a big deal. And it's for people to share their wins, to share their struggles, and to create a community filled with love, liberation, vulnerability, and safety.
That's great.
So, yeah.
I'm glad that can exist online.
Yeah. Woohoo! Thanks for having me. This has been so much fun.
Good.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, and enjoy your time stuck in Costa Rica. You lucky lady.
How long are you stuck?
How long am I stuck? Oh, I have no idea. Maybe 1 or 2 months more.
Whoa. Is that just because of COVID stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should go to Costa Rica and go see her, David. Come on, let's go. Let's go get stuck in Costa Rica.
All right. Well,
Bye.
bye.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah.